Hi, Collective. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, everybody's week started off really well. Happy fucking Monday. I don't get the Mondays. Like, I feel like I'm being punished. Like, that they made me wait like 2 whole days to go back to work a lot of times. When I did steel fabrication, we worked 6 days a week most of the time, so I was lucky there. But then there would be like those slower periods where we would only work the 5 days, and I was like, how shameful. Like, I work so hard. How can you make me go home for 2 days? But yeah, I'm nuts. Let's get into this. To the divine, please make me a clear and concise channel for the collective of star seeds. Um, to the angelic guidance, to the ancestral guidance, to the ascended masters, please help us to obtain the messages necessary with eternal gratitude and complete awe and wonderment. Thank you. Please and thank you. Hello. It's gonna happen. That was quick. I like it. Okay. Jump in, Andromedan energy. Adventures, say yes to change. I'm gonna go to the book. It's super late here. Um, my baby was being extra. He needed me apparently, so people was like, "Oh my god, like what if he wakes up?" And I'm like, "Bro, if he wakes up, he needed me." So yeah, he needed me apparently. I hate searching on camera like this. How embarrassing. Okay, I find it. Okay. Um, Andromedan energy adventure say us to change. Jump in is the card. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not very. There we go. Um, Andromeda is a spiral galaxy, the closest galaxy to the Milky Way. It's believed that Andromedan star seeds are a group of beings who love their freedom. Very adaptable, they have a strong willingness and ability to change and go with the flow, to find calm in the chaos, to swim with the tides. This card is here to encourage you to do the same. Perhaps you have a significant goal or opportunity ahead of you. If so, you're being guided to jump in. Don't wait for permission. Don't stall until you feel ready. Take a deep breath, a good old run up and jump right on in. Life bends for the courageous, and courageous is what you're being called to be. You're already facing the right direction. The only thing left to do is leap. You'll figure out the details as you go along. Things may not always be smooth sailing. Life on Earth rarely is. However, it's the rougher seas that teach us how to sail with glory. And once you know that, you can navigate any sea, ocean, or storm. The Andromedans want you to fall in love with surfing the waves of life, to seek more adventures, to embrace your own adaptability and find a way to be calm in the chaos. You didn't come to Earth to be passive. You came to Earth to truly live. Now take a good run up and leap. The inquiry on this one is, how can you be more adventurous? How are you being called to jump right on in and leap? This is a very personal card for me because I'm one of those people like I can't do anything until everything is like in order. Like, no, I can't go out to the movies and have fun and do stuff because I have to, organize my dresser drawers or something. And it's like literally like I'm always like waiting for everything to be in order before I can get this done or do that. And I waste a lot of time and miss a lot of opportunities, I think. Um, and that was how my ex convinced me to have the baby, because I was like, I don't want to have a baby until, my finances are right. And he was like, if you wait till your finances are right to have a baby, you'll never have one. And here we are. So really, like, just don't short yourself on existence because you feel like the loose ends aren't tied up enough. Fall into my arms. Surrender. Holding the opposites and extremes of life. So, okay. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life, the agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burden, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. The activation, which isn't an inquiry, is to place the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following: I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I am carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. So that is truly one of the things as humans, I think that most people refuse, um, or just don't do, is finding the beauty in the bad. Like, if you're going through tribulations and troubles, and you're not doing anything wrong, you're standing in your power, you're doing the necessities, you aren't being punished. And that's like a common misconception, is that we're being punished for some perceived infraction. And the reality of it is sometimes you're tested to increase your strength. You're tested to open your eyes to situations, literally. Like those tests and the tribulations that we experience as humans, they create us. I come from a very, very tumultuous childhood. I mean, who doesn't? Well, some people don't, but you know, the situations that we experience, stop regretting them. Stop living in the mindset of if this hadn't happened, because the reality of it is you're special for a reason. Um, and if you're in misery or pity as you're experiencing situations, it's going to prevent you from being able to see the light or the lesson, and then you're going to repeat it. So when the universe asks you to step up to something, don't refuse her call. You ignore her and she'll scream louder. I had a whole bunch fall out just now. I'm gonna take the top one. Double mission. Lightworker, Starseed, serve the world by being you. I've talked about that before. We're here as Starseeds to live the human experience, enjoy it, learn it, and take it to the max. But some of us are here on more than one mission, whether it's to do generational curse breaking and starseed work, or different levels of starseed work. It's more than one. So the guidebook on this says lightworker starseeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time's running out and there's something they came here to do, create, or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individually, individual mission, and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way, collective mission. Their collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or that they're forgetting something important. It's common for lightworker starseeds to feel that they're different, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. As such, they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. If you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission and step into it even more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up, then lose yourself in the doing. You'll light up the world even without trying. The inquiry on this is, how can you serve the world by being you? That, like, really honestly, it's so profound, and like experiencing the joys and doing what you love type situation. If you like to draw but you don't anymore, keep a notepad on deck, like in your a small notebook in your pocket, or purse or whatever, and doodle when you have the opportunity, even if it's just a couple minutes. Trust me, as an artist, I'm a very creative person. Like, I hate not being able to finish a project. So I understand, like, time, I understand responsibility. And then too, there's times where you can't get your ideas perfect, or, things like that. But don't hinder yourself. Try to make that a necessity. Like, when you first want to start meditating or something like that, it's not like it's natural to most. You have to make that time. You have to create those situations where you make that space for yourself to grow. And following your passions is not only going to help you serve your mission as a starseed and light worker, but it's going to help elevate you personally. It's such a profound thing to be able to create. And it doesn't even matter if you're just singing while you're cooking dinner. Like, take those moments to try to just implement. God dang it, I had way too many Fallout again. Implement the things you love into your life, or else you won't. You won't be able to be happy yourself, let alone in your mission. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary and inspired ideas. It's a pretty card. Let me see. There you go. Okay. Big picture thinking. Okay, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. Just about to complain. The Pleiadians are our cosmic cousins. They're here to remind us that it's never too late to learn new things and change the future. You're being called to be a visionary for the planet, to take a breath, shake off what you've been taught about the world, and hold a new vision for humanity. You're likely a natural big picture thinker, here to generate ideas for the future, here to birth a new age and dream a new world into beginning. The future will be woven by dream makers like you, by those with enough courage to question the way things have been and envision new possibilities for the future. The world needs more artists, dreamers, inventors, and visionary thinkers. Perhaps you've had an idea recently that you're being called to usher in. If so, this card is your confirmation that it's divinely guided. The Pleiadians support us in this important stage of Earth's development. They want us to know that the decision we make today will affect the well being of our planet and all its species. They're calling on you to be a leader of the future, to hold a clear vision of what's possible, to trust that vision and follow it through with daily action, to dream a new world into being. Hold your mind open and try not to worry about what others think, for it takes great courage to pave a new path, to trust a vision before it's a reality. The inquiry on this is, how are you being called to step up and lead? What new ideas or creations are you being called to pursue? Perfect example of this for me is these videos. I don't feel like it fits, but I mean, in retrospect, when have I ever felt like I'm in my niche, you know? So really, like, it's truly one of those situations where doing what you're called to do is such a profound and beautifully powerful act. And two, it alleviates that what if. The ego mind is something that you're always going to fight. So why not just remove situations that can allow that ego mind to step in? If you have a what if, damn ego mind, motherfucker swole, you know, like really, like, alleviate those what ifs, really. I had two jump out just now, so I'm gonna take both of them. Probably be done. Actually, okay. So, surrender to the sweetness, which we have had this one many a time. So I'm gonna start with Earth School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. I hate digging on camera like this. I might just write them on the back or something, like, to prevent this. This is madness. I'm sorry. I know where this one is, I thought. Oh my goodness. And I'm so, like, not a complainer, but like this is like, you know. Earth school. The earth. Come on, guy. Okay. Okay, I found it. I'm sorry. Life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. Planet Earth is a great initiation for the soul, and life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. These aren't one time lessons, but themes we choose to circle around, deepening our experience of them as we make our way through the spiral of life. Life lessons aren't only about getting it right, they're also about getting it wrong. Remembering that Earth is a planet of polarity helps with this understanding. Each year, the study deepens more and more. If you pull this card while you're going through a difficult time, you're being prompted to remember that your soul came here to grow and learn. Try not to look at difficult times as getting it wrong. Instead, see them as opportunities for soul growth. If you can find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and lows, your soul is most definitely growing, which is the whole point. Pulling this card can also mean that you're being called to embark on a new area of study or growth. This could be through structured learning, such as university, school, or a training course. If you're having difficulties in a relationship, you're being reminded that these are opportunities for soul growth. After all, relationships are known as the number one way that we grow as souls while here on Earth. The inquiry on this is, how are you being... Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Or how are you being called to grow or learn? And that was, I mean, like, literally, like, what I was saying, before is, like, literally, like, find the lesson, dude. Like, stop repeating cycles. Find the beauty in the basic. Find the beauty in the bad. It's a real thing. Sorry, guys, I'm not really feeling this video today, but the other one, we had surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. And really, it honestly just lines up with the other ones. Stop fighting. Free yourself. Live a life of gratuitous detachment. Like, do what you love and love what you do. Make those moments. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm trying to do it during the day tomorrow. I feel like so much better during the day. Love you guys. Bye.